Hello everyone, Chief Canuck here with a recap of news from the Halo panel at RTX 2016 where they talked about Halo Wars 2, Halo 5 Forge on Windows 10, and a little bit about Halo 5, so let's dive in first with the Halo Wars 2 information. The panel reiterated a lot of the same information from E3. They did, however, air this blur cinematic montage, which mentioned a Spartan casualty, which could be Spartan Douglas as he's the one we've seen before being dragged in these trailers, but we're left to speculate. To remind everyone, Halo Wars 2 is coming to Xbox One and Windows 10 as a Play Anywhere title February 21st, 2017. Play Anywhere means buy it for one platform and you'll get it for the other for free, so you can pick it up and go play anywhere. However, Halo Wars 2 will not support crossplay. They looked at this early on, but they decided they had to make choices and cuts, and also there's a balancing issue. The Halo Wars 2 beta stats were revealed. Over 72 million minutes played. The win percentage between the factions was super close at 49 and 50%, which is great to see for a tuning beta. The longest domination game lasted just under 3 hours. I think my hands would be sore by the end of that. Where the fastest deathmatch game was 6.5 minutes. The rest of the stats are just crazy figures that you can see for yourselves. In case you didn't hear during E3, Halo Wars 2 will have another beta closer to launch for both Windows 10 and Xbox One. They briefly showed off a campaign overview that was previously behind closed doors at E3. During the overview, they told us the basis behind the new villain, which is the same information from E3, but if you happen to miss it, RTX is the new villain, and he's what if there was a brute leader that was not only strong, but also extremely smart. That's the idea behind RTX, the leader of the new faction called the Banished. Danny Yu went on to say that they wanted to build an action RTS that features immense destruction at your disposal, so there's a lot of visual feedback for this. And he also mentioned that there are reportedly 14 new units launching with the game, with more coming later on. And if you didn't happen to play the beta, they've built upon the original control scheme, so it will remain somewhat familiar. And speaking of familiar, Halo Wars 1 will be coming to PC. If you buy the Ultimate Edition of Halo Wars 2, you'll get the original Halo Wars game as a Play Anywhere title as well. It sounds like it will be a ported version that has been slightly fixed up to run natively on Xbox One and also Windows 10. So not a remaster, more of just a high-res port. Now, Dan Ayub did mention during the panel that it is indeed possible for us to see banished vehicles and items cross over into other Halo games and vice versa. So perhaps we'll see more of the Banished beyond Halo Wars 2, especially since Halo Wars 2 takes place right at the end of Halo 5. Now on to Forge, Halo 5 Guardians Edition for Windows 10, which is a really long title, they need to shorten that. Anyways, it is reportedly coming later this fall, along with a content browser for Halo 5 as well. With Forge for Windows 10, you'll be able to build, share, and play custom games with your friends. There will be no matchmaking support, so you'll have to invite people to test your creations. During the stream, we got our first looks at the keyboard and mouse interface, which is still a work in progress. With the mouse, you'll be able to drag and select with your cursor, highlighting multiple objects. There are rotation handles that you can click and grab onto, like professional editors. Pop-up menus will be there to help you navigate easier and faster. You'll have the ability to type in the value of the item you're currently working with, such as adjusting radius, maybe X and Y coordinates and Z coordinates. Of course, you'll be able to dynamically switch to the Xbox One controller if you prefer. They're also adding tutorials to teach you the basics, and they'll also link out to advanced YouTube tutorials created by the community and tailored by the team. And of course, you'll be able to share your creations from PC to the Xbox One and vice versa. Sharing will be made even easier with the new content browser. It's all reportedly cloud-driven and backed by a powerful search engine. Users will have the ability to attach screenshots and tag data to the items that they're sharing to the browser, and then users can adjust their search filters and sort the results when they're looking for items as well. With the browser, you'll be able to share maps, game modes, and Forge object groups, or prefabs, which will be coming when this feature launches for both Xbox One and Windows 10. They can't exactly say when all this will arrive, but Tom French said fall. So sometime this fall you can hopefully expect to see this, or a version of this, as the images were all work in progress. At the panel, they also unveiled the first exclusive Halo Icons figure that will be in the Halo Legendary Loot Crate. The icons are a part of a series, and all of them apparently can connect together and form a Halo ring. Since the Legendary Crate was announced, they've added this new Fireteam Apollo aspect to the subscription service. So if you sign up, you'll get an exclusive in-game emblem, and also a Halo Waypoint Forum badge to signify that you're part of Fireteam Apollo. This Fireteam Apollo is canon and will also have stories delivered through the loot crates and their items. During the Q&A session, of course, a few standard questions were asked, however, the people present at the panel don't work directly in those areas, so we got mostly vague and indirect answers at best. The first question was about split screen for Halo 5 and if Project Scorpio could make this possible. Of course, they couldn't answer the question directly. Kiki Wolfkill did say that they're thinking about it but have no committed plans, and that they've also indeed heard everyone's comments. Tom French said that we will be pleased in the future in regards to a question about adding more weapons and items to Halo 5's sandbox. They of course can't provide exact details at this moment. Daniel Youb let us know that there will indeed be ridiculous achievements in Halo Wars 2, like the Running the Show achievement from the original, which required general rank on Xbox Live. Now apparently Halo 5's Forge on PC might require Xbox Live Gold for some aspects. This will most likely have to do with the ability to play with friends as it draws from the Xbox Live friends list, but we're currently awaiting confirmation on all these details, which will hopefully come next week. Now if you guys remember the Halo television series, the one by Spielberg that was supposed to release alongside Halo 5 Guardians, well, it's still active and in production, which is also an answer I got on Twitter during E3 if you happen to miss that. Kiki did mention during the panel that they are bringing it to a Showtime audience, so it sounds like it's going to be on the channel Showtime. However, there's still no date for the series. Now the panel did say that 343 is thinking about a lot of things, but they've heard the community would like a classic version of Firefight. However, they've made no promises, but they're acknowledging that us, the community, has been asking for this, so fingers crossed, but no promises. And the last question was about game types and how the launch should have had more, and I definitely agree. The game types specifically mentioned in this person's question were race and one-sided objectives, and Tom French said that the team in charge of that has heard us loud and clear. It's just a matter of time and resources right now. There are things in the works, which is nice to hear that support is indeed coming. Let's hope it's fast, because having to wait this long to get other staple game types is not fun at all. And that's a recap of all the news from the Halo panel at RTX. Nothing really new about Halo Wars 2 if you guys saw E3, but we did get some early looks at Halo 5 Forge on PC and the content browser, which are both scheduled for the fall. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more awesome Halo news and content. My name is Chief Canuck and I'm signing out.